Welcome to Talk Your Shit podcast. We here tonight with another good topic. Hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the video if you like the content. We about to go in.
We
Tonight, we're going to talk about trauma and a lot of the effects that is put on a lot of our people over the years and the mental illness that is created. And we're going to just dive straight on in with it.
Tonight we got Toy, my sis Toy, and
Hi.
Von Sway, and we got Manati Fly.
Yes, yes. So what y'all want to get off the top of the head now?
The mental health of trauma that a lot of people do not talk about.
Right. And the deepest part about that is because there's a lot of people who are out here who really are trauma bonding, right? And they don't even know it, right? Like whether it's friends, relationships, even family members, right?
Right.
You can get so used to being in a trauma state that it almost seems normal, right? And we know it's only so long that you can keep bottling that emotion, and then eventually you're going to implode. So it's like, what do you do, and who could you talk to about like things that you've been through that they may not understand?
But first, I think we should start off with our elders. They need to honestly seek help because it's like a chain effect. Like we learn a lot of the trauma and abuse from our elders because they went through it and they didn't never went to go get help like a psychiatrist or a therapist or a big brother, big sister.
Right.
And it goes off onto the children.
Mm-hmm.
And whether sometimes if it's abuse that they're doing to the children, the
That's a
isolation.
trauma bond.
Mm-hmm.
That just what he just said. I just thought about it. The parent to child is a trauma bond sometimes.
Yeah, yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
and then they don't understand if they're abusing their children or they're isolating their children, meaning staying away from them. Some parents don't even say I love you. Even including me, I have a hard time saying I love you to my kids because the love that I got from my parents wasn't pure. Like I was like, okay, you love me, but you're whooping my ass, and then I'm fucked up with bruises and a black eye, and that's love. So then we also take that into our relationships.
Right. Now, see, right there, that's where this goes to a whole nother spectrum. Because when we talk about the effects of what a parent can do to a child, right? It's everlasting, right?
Mm-hmm.
They might go on and live their lives, but we're still here trying to figure out our lives, right? And this is the point like that you're making, is that they don't really see the effects that they have done to their children at all, right? And
Mm-hmm.
this is why we have these conversations, because it needs to be heard. Nobody really gets over anything, especially physical abuse, right? Because physical abuse, like you said, can be taken over into a relationship, right? And then now we see so many. I see like on social media, and people will talk about, well, why would a woman stay with a man who's abusing her, right? But what if her daddy was abusing her? What if her mama was abusing her? This is the norm to that individual, right? So it's like, I think we got to start being way more open minded about people and the feelings that they have, especially the feelings that's connected to that trauma that they know about, right? Because we all deal with it separately. but it doesn't mean that it doesn't have the same effect, right? And it's not, we don't never want to get into that, the who trauma was worse, or my trauma was worse than yours. And it doesn't matter, because at the same time, and at the end of the day, what matters is that the healing hasn't started. You know what I mean?
But a lot of people can't have healing because people never apologize or took accountability for the
What
things that they did.
one thing I wanted to say is like talking about I want to go kind of back a little bit, which I was saying, like, one thing I do notice with parents such as myself, such as, and Siobhan, you can attest to this because you know me as a parent. I've always been one to say the I love yous and give you hugs because I felt, which I believe you guys feel too, that we break into bondage of that cycle. You feel what
Generational
I'm
curse.
saying?
The
Yep.
generational curse.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. So we breaking all that. So that's one thing I would say that we're in our generation we're trying to do, which is it's hard because you don't you're learning everything on your own because nobody's ever taught you how to say I love you, when you was growing up as a kid. Nobody ever taught
Mhm.
you those emotions. Nobody taught you that your feelings were valid. Nobody taught you to have a voice. So it's like you're learning too as you grow yourself along with your children.
Mhm.
So I do agree with that part of like, we are stuck in the cycle, but I'm glad at least people like you and me are like, let's break this bondage that they have over this whole situation.
And guess what? We are the game changers. And
Mm-hmm.
like Vaughn was speaking in the beginning, how the division is really in the middle, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
we're dope ass parents with no help, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this is a whole nother situation, because a
Mm-hmm.
lot of these grandparents think that somebody is going to just bring the child over to them so that they can see them, but they don't want no connections. They don't want a real relationship. They just want to take some pictures so they can put it on social media so family that's out of town can view them as a healthy parent or grandparent, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
we know better. And
Mm-hmm.
we're protecting our children with all of ours. You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
And so that's also part of the trauma. When you've been through so much trauma, you like, yo, this shit got to stop now. It has to
Mm-hmm.
stop now. And that's like,
Mm-hmm.
that's one of the biggest things when me and Vaughn communicate on like where we want to see our children head in life, right? We
Mm-hmm.
know that we didn't have the support, and we talk about this all the time about, it's like when we was younger, shit, we went and stayed the night at auntie's house with all of our cousins, right? We either was at the grandma house with all of our cousins, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where was the parents? See, this is the thing, and they're still vacant, and then they want to make it seem as if we as the new parents are not giving them an option, but you have an
Mm-hmm.
option and you had choices. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
like, we're in 2026, Toy. Nobody's
Mm-hmm.
giving options away like it's an easy button, right?
Right, right.
And we put so much into our babies to why would we allow you to just come in and then we don't even know what you have to offer them, because when we was
Mm-hmm.
younger you didn't offer us nothing.
And
Mm-hmm.
then the time that we did allow them to come around, they brought the trauma.
Yeah,
Our kids don't know nothing about trauma. Like our kids
right.
was like L7s. Like they don't know nothing about somebody being mean.
Mm-hmm.
Like they get really they be in their emotions when somebody become mean to them. And then
Mm-hmm.
especially if we introduce you to you like, oh, this your cousin, this is your grandma, and you doing that, and they like, what? Why did my parents bring me over here? Like,
Mm-hmm.
why did you even introduce me to them? And they're mean
Mm-hmm.
people. So then we got to
Mm-hmm.
explain that, and then we got to take them away, and then now we back to square one. They don't even know who their cousins or grandmas or aunties and all these other people is and uncles and stuff.
But look,
Mm-mm.
that's one of the main reasons why, because look, we went through trauma and we still ain't get no damn answers.
Right.
So we just supposed to skip the answers on why the hell all this shit fell down on our shoulders, and we had to pull, like how they say you had to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, motherfucker. We the generation that did that. I don't know a person that's my age who wasn't working when they was 15, that wasn't driving a car to go try. Like, motherfucker was buying their own shit. We was buying our own stuff.
But you know, they
right?
say our generation is like our grandparents. We are. Our grandparents, a lot of them was about their business. They had land, they had houses. A lot of us was raised into families who had these things. I know my grandma had a lot of stuff. Now I don't see nothing that grandma had. She had Jaguars and Benzes and Celicas and in Florida living the best life at a young age. And look at us. A lot of us is trapped because a lot of people don't want to see us succeed. So that's the trauma too. They don't want us to be better than them. How y'all don't want a lot of parents do not want us to be better than them. Y'all damn near out the door. Like y'all, you don't lived your life.
And look, that's the reason why they don't want to watch the kids, to give you a break, because they don't want you to have a break. They actually want you to go through the roughest time, but then they'll still make it seem as if I'm here for you guys. I'll all you
Or
gotta
they
do is
want
just ask.
here we go. Or they want to push us off on family members, and then what happened to a lot of us in our generation? They got raped by family members. That's trauma too. So now we taking a chance and taking our kids over there with Uncle JoJo or whoever, and it might happen to them, or their kids might be doing it. We don't know that.
But that's a strong point, because that's the reason why a lot of women and men in our generation were raped.
Yes.
Because the parents left them anywhere so that they can go out, go to the bar, go to the clubs. And then it goes back to what Toya was saying. We are breaking those bondages, right? Because before we want to go out and enjoy ourselves, sort of say, or whatever, and get us some me time, we said, shit, it's going to be some we time, right? Because that's more important, because we know that just with us being away from them and them being around some strangers, we can't even count on the different things in ideology or whatever the case may be that may be dropped upon them, right? But then you, me, and Vaughn will be the ones who will have to clean those habits up. Yeah, and that's why it's hard to leave them with an elder that never really was there, because it's
never was responsible.
Right. So I don't know if you still aren't responsible, right? Because I know I know what I felt when I was in your midst. I know that I was afraid of you when I was a child, right? I should not be afraid of my parent when I'm a child. But you struck fear in me instead of love in me, right?
What's the saddest part is that even with a lot of people, even Toya, like my nieces and stuff, they wasn't around like the Johnson family like that. And it wasn't because of Toya. It was because none of the Johnsons could come together and say, hey, I want all the grandkids to come over for a birthday party. Toya was the one that always set up a birthday party, and I was there.
Like, yep. I was just about to say.
It was always either mostly at your house all the time with the good food, and everybody was over there.
The pinatas.
And you was getting all of us.
Yeah, that's one thing I did when y'all was growing up. I let your brother know, like, you have sisters, you need to be close to them. So that's when I made sure I got your sister, your little sister, and made sure she could chill with the girls and stuff like that.
Right.
And make sure y'all saw him too. Like, cause I couldn't be around nobody who, what do you mean you don't talk to your sisters? Like, what do you mean you don't chill with your people? You bugging. Like, you bugging.
But then it goes to the point, yeah, they bugging, but that goes to trauma too, because it's the segregation within siblings. Because the siblings only hang with the siblings who got the same mama, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Papa was a
Mm-hmm.
Rolling Stone, so all of us is segregated on that end.
Mm-hmm.
And then like nobody be wanting to come together and be like, oh, y'all need to get to know each other so you guys won't grow up to be dating each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
don't think about that part. Like everybody just want to be on whatever team. Like I had just recently shared the video when two people, like both of y'all wrong, and y'all the other idiot is agreeing with the wrong person or the person that started all this shit. When the other person is trying to stay peace, where do y'all ever gonna think y'all gonna come to some kind of peace? Like you two people starting drama, or you
Mm-hmm.
entertaining the person with the drama.
Mm-hmm.
You should
Somebody gotta
be
be the bigger
honestly.
person.
You should be trying to be rolling with the person that's trying to walk the hell away.
Yeah, as I said, somebody gotta be the bigger person.
Yeah.
Somebody.
Like I'm not saying be on the person that walked away team, but honestly, that other person is choosing peace instead of beating their ass. Like
Mm-hmm.
if they keep egging it on or keep bringing that person up, the sibling, why would you want to be around them?
Mm-hmm.
Because evidently
Yeah.
you don't be around the person that chose peace that walked away, because they sure ain't talking about nobody.
Yeah.
Like, but that's the life that we live in, and that's the trauma or the abuse or the drama that's being intertwined in families. Like
Mm-hmm.
people just don't get it. Like if you bringing drama, why would I want to be around?
And
Mm-hmm.
and
You trying to put me in jail? Honestly, ain't nobody stupid at this point.
and the thing too is, right, like that's another part of the trauma that we're getting away from, right? Like we want our peace. Like I don't got time for everybody and their shenanigans. That you want to talk about this person, y'all talk about me, and then you come to me with this gaslighting shit, trying to act like you already know who I am, but you just like the messy shit. So you just intertwining yourself in it. Like why? What's so hard about, like she said, being a bigger person? Why can't another family member be like, hey, listen, right?
Don't tell me about this.
Or listen, why are you talking about your sister? Why are you talking about your brother? Like
Mm-hmm.
just kill that. Like,
If you're not gonna say it to that person, you shouldn't be saying it at all. Honestly,
Mm-hmm.
don't say it to nobody else.
I feel like the only time like our kids, like my girls, I got all, you know how it is with girls, they gonna fuss and fight with each other.
Right.
I feel like the only time, like, you know what I'm saying, our kids are gonna be, they'll be the most, we can talk to our kids, and our kids, we're the only ones that can talk to them any kind of way, and they can talk to us a certain kind of way. You feel me?
Right.
right.
Yeah. So it's going to what he was saying.
Right.
Yeah. And that's like right where we at with it. And it's like, me personally, like I told Vaughn, I said, with the new year coming in, like I'm a different individual, right? Like if a person felt like they knew me 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, like I said, I shed that skin. I'm not that individual, right? And
Mm-hmm.
don't get it twisted. Like I don't never want a person to feel like, oh well, his ass, he ain't doing the shit he used to do.
I'm
Oh shit, I'm gonna try it. Like please don't do that shit. Like you know what I mean? But I'm in my peaceful zone. Like I feel like the view that I have in my future is basically making sure that my family is situated, right? What I didn't have when I grew up, I didn't have a home. My parents didn't own a house. They could have. They didn't own
Mm-hmm.
shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I grew up my whole life sleeping on a couch, right?
Mm-hmm.
My kids ain't.
Yep.
They ain't sleeping on no motherfucking couch for
Yep.
all majority of their life, right? So these are the
Right.
traumas that pushes us. You know how like somebody like,
Pushing you to grind.
and
Yeah.
this is how we become a good parent without being taught. You understand what I'm saying? So
Clock it.
Yeah.
yeah.
Clocked it.
So when people wonder like, oh, you guys, you dress your kids good, nice, they're always
Because we didn't have
respectful, right?
nothing.
But growing up, being humble like we were humble kids. Like we didn't want
We didn't want much.
like compared to what like these children are advanced with all of this technology and shit. Man,
and wearing Gucci. I don't even got no Gucci.
We didn't have none of that shit. And to be honest, I didn't want no fucking Gucci. I didn't want none of that shit. Actually, I wanted somebody to fucking really love me, right?
Yeah, I
Let
was
me
just
know what
about to
that
say
shit
that.
feel like. Let me know what that shit smell like, right?
Yep.
Cause nigga, you can buy that
Sound
shit.
like, taste like, all that.
Yeah, cause I had some
All
aunties and uncles, man. Ever since we was little, it's like, yeah, we're gonna send you and your brothers Gucci watches, Gucci belts and shit. I'm sitting there like, what the fuck is that?
But they also
What is that?
They was also doing that because like even they felt that your father was on a high pedestal because his father was in the Major League Baseball. So he played for the Chicago White Sox. But to make a long story short, they was sitting there trying to boost his dad ego, like what they could do for the kids, and never sent anything.
Oh,
You see what I'm saying? Like, cause he was so-called high maintenance type thing, like, cause he was in
oh God,
right.
it was just horrible. Like,
that's crazy. Why even say that to a kid if you're not gonna do what you're supposed to say? You know what you say.
That part, right? And so,
yeah, like,
and then now check it, right? Now the wildest thing is that, you know, we went down there to when my mother's mom passed away, right?
To Tulsa, Oklahoma.
So we went to her funeral, and Waking funeral, and man, I'm talking about like them people was really looking like they really wasn't interested in getting to know my children. And I'm
but
a great
they thought,
analyzer.
first of all, they didn't know him either because they thought he was his older brother. His oldest brother, because he looked just
But they never seen me since I was 1. Right?
wow.
But that's trauma, like
right?
not knowing your family.
Right?
Right.
Like, yeah. So when I was born, my mom left from 1 to 21. Right?
Oh, okay.
So I met her again when I was 21 years old. Right?
Wow.
No explanations.
He just knew that was his mom because she looked just like him.
Yeah. But I'm the one that damn near was like damn near identical to this.
And then to make it even sadder, he met her for the first time at 21 when he was locked up.
Wow.
She came and visited him when he was locked up during this time.
But see, this is the thing about trauma, right? Like we have so many things going in our head, right? And you know, it's the crazy thing. This is one thing I don't like to do. I don't like to judge people from afar anymore because I know I've had demons try to come in my mind and take over my body and make me do some shit that was going to make me lose my spot out here. Right? I didn't listen to them. Right? Some people are not that strong. Cause that trauma could just be that deep in them, right? And this is like,
oh, don't forget to counting you out, like leaving you, throwing you to the wolves.
Oh yeah,
and sitting there, not thinking you gonna get out of it.
Okay, so all right. So speaking on that, right? So bless my grandmother. She passed away in 2009, right?
She raised him from a baby.
Yep. She's the one that brought me from Tulsa to New York. Right?
Oh, okay.
So as I got older, when I became a teenager, I started seeing that, things started getting a little rough for my grams. I seen that,
her health,
her hips, she ended up needing a hip surgery, right? And that was that was my initiative to move in with her when she needed the hip surgery, right? And from that day on, I was like, yo, I made it my business. I said, if nobody else is gonna be here to help my grandmother, I'ma do it. Right? So for
14 she sacrificed and took you in.
Right. So for
after 14 your dad got kicked out the major league.
So for 14 years, she passed away when I was 28. So for 14 years, we went through the chemotherapy, we went through the surgeries, we went through all of that. But don't get it twisted. We had our laughs, we had our moments, we had our fun. We went to the casinos. But these are the things that the parents of us will make it seem as if they did all they could for their parent, right? but then they'll be jealous that you have a relationship with their parent, right?
Oh,
But one thing that I hated the most hearing was, "That's my mom. Motherfucker, act like it.
Yeah.
Don't fucking
Yep.
tell me that's your
But
mom, man.
that's
And you treat her like shit."
And you right, because
Yep.
our grandma girl, I don't care what anybody say. I was her favorite. I don't care who tried to intertwine and everything, but I'm the only one she bought a car for, so I know I'm her favorite. Anyways, even past death, I'm her favorite. But my parents would not let me get close to my grandma. I never knew how grandma girl acted. Like, but this lady bought me a car. But I always acknowledge her like a queen. I said, "That's my grandma girl." Everybody say hi to my grandma girl. Even at her funeral, it was people that came up from Florida and all the way to here, and all the people from Rochester was not introducing us to people in Florida.
That's crazy.
I'm like, who is these people? I met one, I think her sister. She was just a little short lady, shorter than grandma
Girl,
girl.
I tell you, the Black family will hold some secrets. You hear me?
Girl, that's trauma too. They be holding.
They hold some secrets, girl.
You know, since you said that, right?
They
that we know. Look, so that's a whole bunch of
didn't even
trauma.
they didn't even got nothing to do with us. They got to do with the elders. They be holding
Listen,
on to
no,
secrets.
No,
Like,
it's a lot of people that got
we about
kids and then
we
that's
about
not
to
their daddy.
hey,
I
listen,
was like, woo.
we about to put a thumbtack
I
on
just
that
found
right
out,
there, right?
I just found out all three of my my two brothers all got different daddies, girl. I was like, I knew we all looked alike. I was the light skinned one looked like Puerto Rican, and one looked like an African. I said, "No, I know that we ain't got the same daddy."
But
but they be keeping the biggest. What you about?
And they taking it to the grave.
Yeah, what you about to say, Rue?
I was about to say, like you was like y'all saying, like, listen, shit. My mom left me at 1. I was 1 years old. Shit, I met her at 21. She had a damn daughter that was 11. I said, what the fuck?
Ain't you still married?
I said, how the fuck? But hold on, that ain't even it. The crazy shit is that motherfucker set up a social media account for my dad. Ended up a young lady that I think her mom must have probably knew my father when he was playing baseball, right? So I don't know whatever transition or whatever. My mom had it in her mind like, "Oh yeah, so you had a baby on me back then." Like just basically like no DNA test. Like, yeah, I can't do this.
And left again.
Hold on. Motherfucker, you the one that came back with a baby after you left for 20 years and you got the nerve to talk about how this shit go? Oh my God. I was like, yo, I said, this shit, I said, y'all older folks, you know,
The balls.
yeah, and you know, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, they're gonna have a special place in a fucked up place. Okay? Cause they really be posterizing around this motherfucker like they really doing something with their life. But if you ask them what they've done in the last 40 years, motherfucker, they can't add none of that shit up. They ain't did a motherfucking thing. They ain't did shit. Wasted time.
Let's talk about how people be like damn near up out of here getting a bachelor's degree. Like it just, and then still don't do nothing with it. Like didn't even attempt to do nothing with it. Last thing I heard, they can't even read. So how you get a bachelor's?
Where did we get to this? Where did we get to this point to where I don't want to actually do right? I'm just gonna make it look like every fucking thing
is right.
Don't you know it's easier to just do right, motherfucker? What the fuck?
Right.
I'm flabbergasted with that shit. Cause it's way easier to just, but you know what? Love ain't in them. Right?
Yeah.
Like I went to my grandmother's.
They got a lot of hurt.
My grandma.
They didn't even heal from.
Yeah.
They taking it out on us.
And the thing is too.
Yes. Talk about it. Clock it. Okay, I gotta talk a little. I love my mom to death. I love her to death.
Yep.
But I know she got childhood trauma stemming from my grandmother, but my grandma passed.
Mm-hmm.
So I know there are things like she. I just know she got childhood trauma. You feel me?
Yeah.
And it sucks because that ended up coming out best upon like, okay, one childhood trauma I'll tell you about. You see my complexion, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My mom and them dark skin or whatever, right?
Right.
So I always through the years, it didn't hit me till I got a little bit older in high school. Like these women didn't know how to take care of no little yellow girl with all this hair. They didn't know what to do. My hair was left matted and nasty half the time. All my grandma knew was to have me on some clean clothes, and that was about it. But it got to the point where they made me to this day, I wish I was darker. Like they made me not like the color of my skin to this day. To this day, I wish I was darker.
Wow. See,
That's how deep. Talk about trauma. That's how
It's
trauma
it's
is.
funny you said that
they
about
passing that trauma down.
it's
They are.
it's
They
funny
are.
it's funny that you said stuff about hair because when I was growing up, I was the same thing. I was light skinned, but I didn't have the long pretty hair. But that's because they didn't know how to do my hair because I have coily hair. And then
Mm-hmm.
also, no telling how long I've been going through that thyroid thing because since I got a thyrectomy, my hair been growing. I got a
Mm-hmm.
whole afro now. Since I left motherfuckers alone and got a thyrectomy, I got hair now. Been bald
Who
headed my
knew?
whole life.
Who
I've been bald headed my whole life. And now
knew?
I got braids. Toy, look.
Oh, okay. I see it. I see
Mhm.
Like, listen, I was and I can I kept going to a brush cut. Because
it. Right.
I could get away with it. But I was
Right.
doing it
Right.
because my hair kept falling out and not knowing it was a thyroid. The thing is, I think I've been going through the thyroid thing my whole life, and my parents didn't even give a fuck to get the thyroid levels checked that it went so crazy that I'm hallucinating. I'm in psychosis. I'm in mania. I'm attacking Rue. I'm thinking I'm with Tupac.
Hold on. Hold on,
I'm with
Toy.
JR and Grandma Gert.
Hey, Toy, you gonna have to pull your horse back for this one. Why in the fuck do thyroid issues come from fucking trauma?
Yeah.
Trauma.
What?
Yeah.
Yes. Ain't
Get
that
out of
some shit?
here.
Ain't that some shit? Right? So not
What?
only is it fucking with us in the physical,
Medically.
it's fucking with us with our health.
Hmm,
It's
That's
messing with
crazy.
our mental.
And I believe my sister Monique going through a thyroid too. Like she going through thyroid issues. She just had a stroke too from stress. But she was in the armed forces. Monique is like she used to be like the baddest thing walking. Anybody that know her, she looked at like T-Boz from TLC. But now
Mm.
it's like that thyroid done affected her too. Like, and I don't know what her childhood is because she had a different mother also. But she's another one that's going through trauma probably from the armed forces, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
so.
And
Yep.
that could be a reason for a lot of veteran mental illness.
Yeah, cause they
But
don't no Toya, they thought I was faking. Girl, I'm up here like, Tupac Shakur. I changed my Instagram to his name and everything. I called Jamar Tupac. I told his ass he was with Janet. I'm in the afterlife with Tupac. It was so bad, but these people thought I was faking. I was like, how could you think I was faking? And then recorded me and showed CPS. But that's another freaking story. That's the trauma too that I'm trying to keep my kids away from that.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing
Mm-hmm.
is, like, how you thought I was faking, and I showed the signs, and the doctors told you what it was. If they said it was a thyroid, when I came out of it, I got my mind back in June 2023. I started Googling what the hell happened to me. Why was I thinking about
Right.
Tupac? And Tupac is no longer with us. And it say
Right.
when you Google it, thyroid, thyrectomy, and hallucination and psychosis and mania, it say thyroid storm. But they didn't even take
Wow.
the making worse, they didn't even take a chance to even check what the hell it was after the doctor said it or after why they cut it out. These motherfuckers start saying we schizophrenic in the family. It shot me in the damn psych ward. I said, and guess who got themselves out? Me.
That's crazy
With that
work.
damn law degree, clock it.
but hold on, Toy, because I'm about to go right where she was just at, but I'm about to circle back around on their ass. Now, them same family members who be talking about, hey, you could bring your kids over here. Y'all know, they don't let me see the kids. They won't let me see my babies. Right? All that shit,
Mm-hmm.
right? Vaughn,
Mm-hmm.
where was any of the grandparents during that time where you were going through your shit? What was they doing?
Entertaining CPS.
And doing what to your
Because I
money?
was running around crazy.
And doing what to your money?
Stealing it.
Oh, does this sound like some motherfuckers who won't watch your baby, who really got their best
Right.
interest in you?
Right. Right. You be a crazy person to have your kid around somebody like that.
Exactly.
But the
Right.
thing
You
is,
have to be crazy.
but blame Rue for stealing. Do you know how many stacks I gave Rue before he gave it right back to me and doubled it and tripled it? And it's his money. Them his kids. How he gonna steal from his damn kids?
But check this shit, right? But coming out of that, right? Because this is how universe work. Like saying that I'm taking the money. I buy her car.
A $30,000 car.
After she comes, you understand what I'm saying? Like I bought her car before I bought mine, but I'm stealing from my wife.
Wow. Right. Right.
Right? I'm not thoughtful, right? I don't care about my kids.
But
I'm a bad father,
I think they just mad because they don't know how tight we is, and we figured it out before they thought. They thought we was gonna leave each other and abandon each other. But at the end of the day, me and Rue best friends. So you can't change a best friend relationship. We was friends before we was in a relationship. Not only that, we trauma bond. Shit, hell, before we even started kids. What we said, Rue, we getting old as a motherfucker. We better start having kids now.
We just said epic, because we like, shit, who gonna come watch them? Sure. We got one right now, and
Jordan.
And we gotta pay motherfucker to watch her. What do you think we gonna have to do when we got 4 or 5 of them?
Right.
So we might as well
I know the feeling.
We might as well start. That's how we might as well start having kids, because I said I'm getting old, Rue. You gonna have to find another baby mom, because it ain't gonna be me.
But you know, and see.
Oh no, you guys froze. Oh wait, hold on. There you go. You had froze for a second.
Yeah. So, but you know, and this is why we are who we are. Like I tell people all the time, please do not get upset with the life that was presented to you, because you chose to come back. You chose to go through this, right? Because there was a lesson in it that you needed to become the better version of you, to break all of these spells, all of these chains, all of these shackles that have been put upon us, to bring the family back. Not that family that they have, but you gotta understand. We have so much family out here, right? You got friends that might show you more love than family, right? We gotta pick our tribe and find our tribes, right? Because it's not about blood. I know people saying that blood shit, but it's about vibrations. It's about how a person care about you. It's about how a person looks at you. It's about how a person feel about you. It's not about, oh, we family, so we're supposed to be cool.
Oh, and don't forget, I don't mean to interrupt you. Don't forget the trauma that comes within religion. I've seen so many people talk about the Bible, but be walking with the devil. Like, meaning they do you so dirty and hurt you, but they always want to throw a scripture out.
No.
And that goes for a lot of our elders, and they still be cursing, they still be smoking weed, they still be cheating, they still be stealing, they still be fucking abusing people when they almost fucking 40.
And that's where, like, right, I know I've been through my religious stages, right? But one of the biggest things that made me dig deeper to find more information, right? Because I'm wondering, why in the fuck all these people who go to church treat everybody like shit? I said, yo, and then I read, shit, everybody done read the damn story about Jesus Christ, right? And I'm like, whoever the fuck this entity is that you talking about, none of you motherfuckers are doing none of this shit in real time. Right? I said, so why the fuck is y'all going to church? Because you ain't a good person. So see, this is where, like Von say, some people think that they gonna be saved just by taking their ass to church with their nice clothes on. They don't gotta do no work out here, right? They don't need to do no shadow work, right? They don't need to better themselves. They don't need to be a pillar in the community and help out with these children that's out here, right? I don't want to hear nobody talking about them kid boys. I don't want to hear nobody talking about our teenage kids. You know why?
They don't care about the youth.
They don't have no elders that's showing them no freaking love, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why we got to do it all? They didn't do it all.
Mm-hmm.
They actually didn't do shit. They just sat around and took the credit after we grew up.
The trauma from our grandparents who died with a broken heart because their kids couldn't fucking change. A lot of them died with a broken heart. They didn't die from nothing else. They beat cancer. They beat every damn thing that you could damn think of.
But couldn't beat them unselfish ass kids.
They could not get their kids to get their shit together.
Yeah.
And that's the saddest part that we got to live with. The ones that we did care about, our grandparents that are no longer here, that tried better than our parents. And they're no longer here because they died with a broken heart.
Yeah.
And most of them.
No, go ahead.
I'm sorry, because I don't mean to interrupt you, but I just wanted to interject something. And you know, the craziest thing is that a lot of them stopped having the will to live. Right.
My grandparents.
Yeah, so they gave up. It it had got to a point where it was sad as shit. You know, to watch your grams be in an emotional state after she raised not only her kids, she raised her fucking her siblings' kids, nigga nieces and nephews, her grandkids, just to go out like that. And I told Vaughn this shit like some months ago. I said, I pray that we don't go out like that. I don't want to do all of this to be to try to be a great parent for the children and have their future set for them before they even get out of high school, right? And that shit be all for nothing.
A lot of people leave this earth because they don't know their purpose or their why. So
well, I was gonna say to end it on this note because I'm like,
yeah, I got
you. I'm listening to y'all and yawning through my teeth. I swear.
It's okay. It's all right.
I love no, but for real. I want to say this is some advice that my little brother gave me. He gave this to me years ago when I was in the trenches going through it, and I was in Alabama all by myself. One of the things of advice that he ended up giving to me was for you just to take everything one day at a time. You feel me?
Right.
Oh, y'all good? Yeah, just take everything one day at a time. And I know a lot of people you say, but a lot of people don't live it. You feel me?
Right.
So I feel like if there's a goal you're trying to achieve, if you're trying to get out of this grief and this trauma, this is what helped me. If there's a goal you have to achieve, let's say the goal at the end of the week is you want to make sure that you set up a doctor's appointment for your mental health. On Monday, set short-term goals. On Monday, I'm going to just call the people. On Tuesday, I'm going to just do this. You know what I'm saying? If you set those short-term goals one day at a time, it'll definitely help you get you out of that trauma.
Right.
And that's
definitely how we get you out of the trauma.
And that's real.
Yep.
But we know, we thank you for coming on tonight, Toya.
We appreciate it.
You can come on anytime.
I sure will.
Because it's a lot. We got a lot of topics to get through. But
yes, we gotta see what next one's topic is. I'm gonna be clocked in.
Yep. Well, if you're available, don't be afraid to text me.
Definitely.
I sure will hit you. You gotta let me know. Hit me before a week before y'all do the next one.
Okay. Yeah. And we gotta get these. We gotta get these grandbabies. I'm not grandbabies. Your grandbaby. I ain't got no grandbaby, but your grandbaby and my babies together with the nieces and nephew.
We do.
And
well, you know, Imani not here no more. Imani not in Rochester. Is Deja.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she moved to Florida.
Oh wow, I'm so proud of her. I'm so happy.
Your twin.
Yeah, twin.
Yeah, y'all is twinning for real.
I told her that shit.
She act just like me. That's what's scary.
Yo, Imani, y'all acting like y'all looking like everything.
She tough as nails though.
Y'all mannerisms, y'all mouth.
That's my boo.